¿Viste lo que te hace el peluquero? Te llevó a Moksha.
Tengo que ir más al peluquero, Cristian. Así que bueno, gracias, qué lindo.
Con un peluquero.
¿Cómo?
Mirá ese
¿Cómo?
look. Mostrame ese look. ¡Apa!
¡Qué cambio, mamita!
¡Qué diosa!
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué
Me
pasa?
encanta.
Con un peluquero, ¿viste? Ya llegué a Moxa.
¡Total!
Re linda, quedó un cambio maravilloso.
Un peluquero retirado.
¡Ay, Carlos!
Claro, no soy más peluquero yo. Hace años que no hago eso.
Jai
Hago casero.
Sachidanand, Shuddha.
Yeah, Jai Sachidanand.
Jai
Jai
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand Shuddha.
Yeah, Jai Sachidanand. Highest namaskars to the Paramatma, the absolute soul within everyone. Yes, okay. So, Cristian, will you start?
Yes.
So, the highest namaskars to the pure soul within everyone.
Los más altos namaskar para el alma pura dentro de cada uno de ustedes.
Yeah. And this pure soul presence is our everything, you see. That is our most precious thing, our pure soul presence.
La presencia del alma pura es lo más precioso en nosotros, en cada uno de nosotros, esa presencia.
Yeah, Luz, you're the co-host, so there are two people in the waiting room. You admit them, huh? Yeah.
Gracias,
Yeah.
gracias.
You know, Luz speaks English nowadays, so.
How wonderful! Yeah, right. Yes.
Dada's grace, you know.
Yes, Dada's great. Yes, it'll be nice. Yes.
Jai Sachidanand, Shuddha.
Jai Sachidanand, Jai
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, yes.
Jai Sachidanand, Eva.
Jai Sachidanand, everyone. Huh? Yeah. All right, wonderful. Yes. Who would like to sing the Tri Mantra today?
¿A quién le gustaría cantar el trimantra hoy día? De a uno, por favor. De a uno.
Creo que hoy sería...
Gabrielas.
All right.
Gabriel.
Okay.
Mira. Vamos, Gaby.
Mamen levantó la mano, ¿no? Mamen, ¿tú dijiste?
No la levanté, pero vamos, si hay que cantar, se canta.
Mamen, yo quiero escuchar a la Mamen. Ya, vamos.
Okay, Mamen.
Namo Vikragaya, Namo Arintanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayeriyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loye Sabhasaunam, Yesu Panchanamukaro, Sawapava Panashano, Mangalanasya Savisim, Padaman Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchitanand. Namo Vikragaya. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Siddhanam. Namo Ayeriyanam. Namo Vatsayanam. Namo Loye Sabhasaunam. Yesu Panchanamukaro, Sawapava Panashano, Mangalanancha Savisim, Padaman Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Satchitanand. Namo Vigrahaya Namo Arihantanam Namo Siddhanam Namo Ayeriyanam Namo Vatsayanam Namo Luye Sahasanam Isu Panchanam Karu Savabhava Panashanam Mangalanancha Savisi Padaman Havai Mangalam Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namah Shivaya Ye Satchitananda Ye Satchitananda Ye Satchitananda.
All right. Wonderful.
Maravilloso.
Okay. Today is our session for further understanding of Vyavasthit.
Hoy día nuestra sesión para un entendimiento más profundo de Vyavasthit.
And everything that is there in front of us,
Y cualquier cosa que esté ahí enfrente de nosotros.
and everything that unfolds in front of us,
Y todo lo que se desenvuelve enfrente de nosotros.
is Vyavasthit.
Es Vyavasthit.
And the more we accept it, the more will be our understanding, you see.
Y mientras más lo aceptemos, más va a estar en nuestro entendimiento.
There is something which is within us from previous habit, not previous, just old habit, nothing else. Old habit that makes us enter into it with a different view, believing it is happening to me, you see.
Hay algo que está dentro de nosotros, nuestros hábitos previos, que simplemente nos hace creer que aquellas cosas nos están sucediendo a nosotros.
But that belief is replaced by vision. The belief is replaced by vision. Yeah. And in the vision, you begin to see rather than to get involved, you see.
Pero esa creencia es reemplazada por visión, y en esa visión tú simplemente comienzas a ver en vez de envolverte en la situación.
So now that we have, I think, the full complement of at least enough Mahatmas here, this is a good time to begin our satsang by appreciating the fact that one of our Mahatmas has a birthday today, Monica Sati. So, we please unmute whatever and sing your traditional birthday for Monica, huh? Yes.
Bueno, hoy día que estamos todos los Mahatmas acá, es bueno comenzar a apreciar a los Mahatmas a través del cumpleaños de Mónica, así que podemos abrir nuestro micrófono y cantar y honrar de la forma que nosotros sabemos hacerlo.
Thank you, Shuddha.
Yes, my dear, may your time from here onwards go in more and more awareness of
que tu tiempo de ahora en adelante vaya en más y más conciencia.
Awareness of this beautiful Amapura and also scientific circumstantial evidences.
Conciencia de esta hermosa alma pura y también de las evidencias circunstanciales científicas. Ahora podemos cantar, ¿eh?
All right.
Thank you, thank you.
Cumpla feliz, que
Que
lo
lo
cumpla
cumpla
feliz,
feliz.
Feliz,
que lo
feliz.
cumpla, niña.
Feliz, feliz. ¡Bravo!
¡Feliz cumple!
¡Feliz
¡Bravo!
cumple, Mónica!
Gracias, los quiero, gracias. Hermoso festejo, qué lindo, gracias, gracias. Thank you, Shuddha, thank you.
Vishuddhatma Bhagwan. Yes, 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 you're right. Yes. Wonderful, So wonderful to have you as part of our group, yes.
Es tan maravilloso tenerte acá como parte de nuestro grupo.
Yeah. Everybody is very special, and on this special day, may it be extra special for you. I know people, during this time when people cannot visit you, but there are so many Mahatmas visiting you here with a lot of love, including Dada blesses you. Yes, Dada, may Dada be with you all this time. Okay.
Son todos acá muy especiales, pero hoy día es un día especial para ti, y aunque no pueden estar contigo físicamente, hay tantos Mahatmas que te están visitando y visitando además con las especiales bendiciones de Dada para ti.
Mónica es muy, muy, muy feliz de pertenecer.
She's
Muy
very
feliz.
happy to
Yes, my dear. Yes.
Gracias,
be part of
gracias
this.
a todos.
Yes, right.
Liz,
Sí.
¿le podés pedir ayuda si no le canta a él? Hay una canción en India que se canta para los cumpleaños.
Okay.
Y él me la cantó cuando yo cumplí los años. Si no, se la puede cantar a Moni.
Shuddha, Sandra is asking that there is a song that in India sings for the birthdays, and Sandra is telling that you sing for her, so you sing it for her when you were there. So if you can sing it for Monica.
Yeah, right. These lines were written for the birthday of Dada, our Gnani Purush, his Janma Jayanti, and we are all part of Dada, so the lines are Janma Divasani Ujavani Atmanandani Khelavani Pujniya Vandaniya Gnani Pase Chelli Vastumadi O Janma Divasani Ujavani. The celebration of the birthday.
Es la celebración del día.
Atmanandani Khelavani, the expression of the bliss of the self.
La expresión de la dicha del ser.
Pujaniya, Pujani means the revered. Pujaniya, Vandaniya, the one that we revere to.
Pujaniya significa aquel que es reverenciado.
Pujaniya, Vandaniya, Gnani Pase, at the feet of this Gnani.
A los pies de este Gnani.
Chelli means the last. Vastu means the last thing. At the feet of the Gnani, we receive the last thing, which is the Ama. Pujani, so we received the last thing at the feet of the Gnani.
Esto significa las últimas cosas que tú ves a los pies del Gnani, del alma.
Pujaniya Vandaniya Gnani Pase Chelli Vastumadi. They have received this, Yeah.
Por favor, recibe esto.
Yeah, sure, that we have all received this, yeah. So, we received this. And Monica becomes a nimit to really appreciate the beauty of what we have received from Dada,
Mónica se transforma en un nímit para poder apreciar la belleza de lo que hemos recibido de Dada.
Yeah, and in the interval, I will find the full song, the link, and then I will share with you the link, okay? So you
Y en el intervalo voy a encontrar el link de la canción completa y se las voy a compartir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shuddha. Thank you.
Jai Sachidananda Vishuddhatma Bhagwan. Yes. So this beautiful Vyavasthit continues to unfold for the one who not only sees Vyavasthit but understands Vyavasthit, you see.
Y este hermoso Yavastit se sigue desenvolviendo para aquel que no solo ve Yavastit, sino que entiende Yavastit.
Yes, Marcela wrote something. Marcela, what is?
Marcela escribió algo ahí.
Yeah, Marcela, what did you write? Marcela Vivanco, yes.
Marcela wants to know what is a nimit.
Oh, what is? Oh, Marcela wants to know.
No conozco el término nimit.
She doesn't know the term,
nimit.
the word nimit.
Okay, so it's very simple. A nimit means, simple means the evidence, and evidence comes in, you see. You know, we were just discussing the satsang, and suddenly there was, you know, the evidence happened. And there are outside evidences and there are inside evidences, you see.
Nimit significa evidencia. Estábamos ahora en el satsang y estábamos en el satsang y de repente emergió una evidencia. Hay evidencias desde adentro y hay evidencias desde afuera.
The outside evidence, to give you an example, was Fabiana, and she wrote, informed us it's Monica's birthday. So then Monica, you know, so that became an evidence, you see. It's
Por ejemplo,
yeah.
Un ejemplo de evidencia es que Fabiana escribió que era el cumpleaños de Mónica y entonces supimos y emergió que era el cumpleaños de Mónica.
And then Shuddha's eyes, yes, then Shuddha's eyes went into the chat. You see, so the chat became the evidence. You see what was in the chat.
Y entonces los ojos de Shuddha miraron el chat y el chat se transformó en la evidencia.
Yeah, and then you see, then Shuddha's mind becomes the evidence. Oh, we need to share that birthday, you see, for everyone. You see, so yeah.
Y entonces la mente de Shuddha se transforma en la evidencia porque dice tenemos que compartir esto con todos.
So then that evidence, and so that evidence, and then that evidence comes into, then I see Monica in front of me, so then I say, oh, that's Monica, let us celebrate her birthday. So Monica's presence in the satsang becomes an evidence. Monica becomes the nimit for the song, right? You know, it's for everybody sings Feliz, you know, and so this is all evidence, one evidence, another evidence, another evidence, all nimits, nimits.
Y entonces bueno, la mente de Shuddha ve a Mónica en el satsang y ahí se transforma en el nimit Mónica para que nosotros cantemos y poder llevar esto y esta canción y este canto y poder observar todas aquellas evidencias. Entonces Mónica es el nimit para poder ver todo.
And then the evidence of Sandra comes in, you see, and Sandra remembers her time in similar city, and you know, and then says, oh, that song. So then that evidence comes in. So the evidence continue to. So everything is based on nimit. There is no one doing anything specific. There is no one say, I did it. I sang the song, you know. You know, if it wasn't Monica's birthday, you know, this song would not have happened.
Y entonces, bueno, viene Sandra y se recuerda de su tiempo en Simandar City cuando le cantaron la canción y ese es otro nimit. Entonces, y así los nimits se van ordenando uno y el otro. Y nadie es el hacedor, simplemente van ocurriendo las cosas a través de los nimits. Y si no hubiera estado Mónica, nada de esto hubiera ocurrido.
So everything is based on evidences. Whatever happens based on evidences is scientific. It happened, right? I mean, you know, when you and I, Marcela, came to this satsang, we did not know that we were going to sing for Monica, did we?
Entonces así todas las evidencias se empiezan a ordenar y empiezan a aparecer. Nosotros no sabíamos que íbamos a cantar en el satsang, que iba a estar Mónica de cumpleaños y que iba a suceder esto.
Yeah, so that which arises out of evidences is scientific, it's science, and it is based on circumstances. One circumstance, another circumstance, another circumstance, another circumstance, and then it happens, you see.
Y aquello que emerge de las circunstancias son evidencias, y ocurre una circunstancia, otra circunstancia, y van emergiendo.
Yeah, and so, and you and I, Marcella, all of us are the knowers, are the blissful knowers of knower of this circumstance that happened, all of this that happened just now, the singing, the joy, the tears, the love.
Y tú y yo, Marcela, somos simplemente los conocedores de todo aquello que emerge y todo aquello que sucede, toda esta alegría, las lágrimas, la felicidad, la dicha. Somos el conocedor dichoso de todo esto.
Yes. And, you know, and Monica can see all those birthday cakes over her lifetime. You see, this birthday cakes and occasions. And so there is so many evidences keep coming, you see.
Y entonces Mónica puede ver todos los queques o los pasteles de cumpleaños a través de su vida y puede recordarlos y tantas evidencias comienzan a emerger.
Yeah, but Monica is the knower, is the blissful knower of all of those birthdays, you see, all of those birthdays.
Y Mónica es el dichoso conocedor de todos esos cumpleaños.
And that is the beauty. This is the beauty of the discovery of Dada's simple words called scientific circumstantial evidences, you see. Scientific circumstantial evidences.
Y esta es la belleza de las palabras que nos trajo Dada, que son evidencias circunstanciales científicas.
And you know, now the new evidences that we see Marcella, you know, sitting there on her red chair, you know, and you know, that's the evidence. Marcella is now visible to us, you see. You know?
Y ahora nuestra nueva evidencia es que tenemos a Marcela, que la podemos ver ahí en su silla roja. Esa también es nuestra evidencia.
Right. Evidence is she's smiling. You see, like this, all of these evidences, you know, this continuously changing evidences, and we are the blissful knowers of it. And the blissful knower is beyond opinions, you see.
Y entonces estamos viéndola sonreír y estamos viendo todas estas evidencias que comenzamos a ver, y nosotros somos el conocedor o el observador dichoso de todas estas evidencias que comienzan a emerger.
Yeah, you know, the feelings, we are aware of the feelings. We are not the feelers of the feelings. We are aware of these beautiful feelings, you see.
Estamos conscientes de estos hermosos sentimientos, no somos estos hermosos sentimientos, sino que estamos conscientes o lo que observa estos hermosos sentimientos.
Yeah, so this, so this is called nimit, you see, and there is another word called nimit, nimit and nimit, and then nimit means evidence. A simple word is
nimit.
Evidence. Nimit means evidence. Evidence in the process. You see, evidence in the process.
Nimit significa evidencia en el proceso.
Yeah, in front of us. In other words, it is for the one who is seeing it. All of us in the satsang, we looked at these evidences, and these evidences became the nimit. Externally, we will say Fabi became the nimit, you see. Sandra became the nimit. Shuddha became the nimit. All of us, we were involved as nimits, you see, you know.
Y estas son las evidencias que estamos viendo en el satsang. Todos nos vamos transformando en nimit. Sandra es el nimit, Luz es el nimit. Todos nos estamos transformando en nimit.
So these are the visible nimits, and then there are the internal countless other evidences which you can continue to look at as evidences only and not get involved in it, because the moment you get involved in it, then you cannot see it as a nimit, you see. And the moment you become involved in it, then you become part of vyavasthit, you see. You become part of scientific circumstantial evidence. You are no longer an isolated nimit. Perhaps I'm getting too deep into it. Let's just keep it simple, you know?
Bueno, y estos son los nimit, y estos son los nimit que podemos observar. Hay muchos otros nimit que nosotros no podemos observar y muchas otras circunstancias y situaciones que van emergiendo y que no los podemos observar, que vienen desde adentro o desde otros lugares. Y él dice que se está yendo un poco muy profundo en esto y a lo mejor lo vamos a mantener un poquito más simple.
Yeah, it is like, you know, it's like one wave of the ocean. Can one wave of the ocean do anything? You see, one wave of the ocean comes, but behind that wave of the ocean on the beach, there is another wave, and there is another wave, and there is another wave, and there is another wave. You see, these waves keep coming.
Es como una ola del océano, y detrás de una ola viene otra ola, y viene otra ola, y viene otra ola que siguen viniendo.
Yeah, so what appears is, and the waves keep crashing on the rocks, and then it just kind of subsides again, and then it keeps on crashing on the high tide, you know, and then it comes subsides, you see.
Y entonces son como las olas que vienen golpeando contra la roca, golpeando contra la roca, golpeando contra la roca, después se retiran y con la marea alta vuelven a golpear contra la roca.
This is a vast world of vibrations within, you know, everyone. You know, this is everyone at the relative level. Is just everything is vibrating, you see, and different things happening. But we look and we, not being aware of it, will say, oh, you did it wrong. You see, but when you become aware of the evidences.
Y este es un vasto mundo de vibraciones que están ocurriendo todo el tiempo y nosotros no estamos conscientes de ello, y a un nivel relativo simplemente las vamos viendo.
Yeah, you know, we don't have, you know, the mind inside is showing so many evidences, and that is the case also with the mind of the other human being and the other human being and everyone, and out of ignorance we say he is doing it this way, she is doing it this way, you see. So we blame the nimit, we blame the external nimit, what appears in front of you.
Y la mente de nosotros nos va mostrando tantas evidencias como en nuestra calidad de nimit, como a otros nimit, y cuando vamos viendo esto simplemente vamos culpando a la otra persona como si fuera quien hace o realiza las cosas, pero es otro nimit.
So let us study further, you know, let us be with Dada in this understanding of Vyavasthit.
Así que,
excuse me, Shuddha, there is a small question of Andres.
Who's question? Yeah, thank you for letting me know. Andres. Yes, Andres. Yes. Where are you, Andres? Yes.
Sure. Nimit is like an instrument of Vyavasthit.
Yeah, it is. Nimit, like nimit means, yes, if that nimit, if that particular factor, that evidence was not there, then it would not happen. You see, it is needed. For example,
si ese factor, Andrés pregunta si nimit es un instrumento Vyavasthit, y Shuddha dice que sí, que si ese pequeño factor no estuviera ahí, no ocurría.
You know, in order to make a cup of coffee in the morning, you see, so many things are needed. You know, you need the evidence of the stove or the heater, you know, the hot plate. You need the cup. you need the coffee, you need the milk, you need the sugar, you know, you need Andres to do it, you see. You need Andres, yeah, so many.
Para hacer un café en la mañana, por ejemplo, necesitas tantas cosas, necesitas la estufa, necesitas el café, necesitas el azúcar, necesitas todo eso y además necesitas que esté Andrés ahí.
Yes, each one of those, if one of those was missing, the coffee would not be made, you see. Coffee will not happen, you know, will not go. If milk is missing, you know, then you will, you know, if the water is not there, if the heat, the temperature, sugar is not there, whatever, you know, all of those things, those are physical, these are evidences, you see. You need all of this to come together for a cup of coffee to happen, to arise. So those are, yeah.
Si alguna de estas evidencias faltase, no ocurriría la taza de café. Todas estas evidencias tienen que reunirse, toda la leche, la estufa, todas para que pueda ocurrir, tienen que juntarse para que pueda ocurrir la taza de café.
So there are and then there is the living nimit. The living nimit is Andres, and then Andres is not only Andres. There is Andres' mind, Andres' intentions. All of these things are subtle evidences. But you see, obviously, you know, if the sugar could speak, you know, or she would say, if I wasn't there, would you be able to make a cup of coffee like you wanted? No, it wouldn't happen. If the milk wasn't there, would you be able to make a cup of coffee, you see? So
entonces, también están las circunstancias vivientes, que es Andrés, que es la mente de Andrés, las opiniones de Andrés, las intenciones de Andrés para que estén y todo esto ocurra.
Yeah, another example is if it's a very heavy table, you know, and it requires 4 people, 4 big men to lift up the table properly and move it from one place to the other. You see, all 4 of them are nimits. All 4 gentlemen, men are nimits to move the table. You know, if one of them was missing, the other 3 would have to drag it. They cannot lift it up properly, you see.
Por ejemplo, si hubiera que levantar una mesa muy pesada y hay 4 hombres que la van a levantar, cada uno de ellos es un nimit. Si alguno de ellos no estuviera ahí, simplemente los otros tendrían que arrastrar la mesa y no la podrían levantar.
But the problem is, you see, the man will say, I did it. You know, one of the men will say, I did it. You see,
El problema es que uno de los hombres va a decir, yo la hice, yo levanté la mesa.
You know, but if the other 3 were not there, would he really have been able to move it? So there is this understanding that is more global, more total understanding that allows him to see how it happened, you see.
Pero si uno de los 3 o los otros 3 no hubieran estado ahí, ¿podría haber levantado la mesa? No habría podido. Entonces, tiene que verlo de manera más global de cómo ocurre todo esto.
If good work happens in your office, you know, in your office, in your team, good work happens, and you, Andres, says, I did it. If I was, you know, I did it, you know, and yes, you were part of, you were a nimit, you were a process, you were an evidence in the process. You know, you have to look and say, if the other people, the secretary wasn't there, the computer wasn't there, you know, the instructions were not there, would you be able to do it? So there is so many evidences that are needed before work gets done, you see.
Por ejemplo, en la oficina de Andrés, si ocurre una cosa de un buen trabajo, tú puedes decir, yo lo hice, pero la realidad es que si es que no hubieran estado todas muchas circunstancias, si la secretaria no hubiera ayudado, si no hubiesen estado las cosas ahí, si el equipo no hubiese hecho otras cosas, nada de eso hubiese ocurrido.
Yes, yes, you're right. Nimit is an instrument, you know, it's a factor. Yeah, but there are these physical factors, you see, the body is rigid, but also the intention behind becomes a nimit also, an instrument. If one of the men, if one of the 4 men who is lifting the table, you see, he does not have the proper intention, the intention to lift it up properly. He doesn't care. You see, and you know, so.
Tú tienes razón, Nimit es un instrumento, pero también hay otras cosas, las opiniones y las intenciones también son un instrumento. Por ejemplo, si alguno de estos 4 hombres que levanta la mesa no hubiera tenido la intención de levantar la mesa o de participar, también es un Nimit.
Yeah, if he says, I don't care, you know, and he does not lift it properly, then he will scratch the floor, you see. And you see, so there's so many reasons, so many evidences inside. So intention is also becomes an evidence. Intention also becomes an evidence, you see.
Entonces, si una de las personas no hubiese tenido la intención de levantarla adecuadamente o en hacer la fuerza adecuada, probablemente hubiesen rayado el piso. Entonces, las opiniones, intenciones y lo interno también son Nimit y también se transforman en un Nimit.
Somebody goes into the hospital, one man will say, oh, you know, he was a bad man. I don't care. Let, you know, whatever happens to him. So his intention is negative. And another man will say, no, that's terrible thing. I hope he gets better, you know. He sends prayer. So his prayer becomes an evidence, you see. He becomes a nimit. He becomes a positive nimit. Through intentions, it becomes a positive nimit. You see?
Por ejemplo, si una persona entra al hospital, hay una persona que diga, puede decir otro hombre, este fue un mal hombre, que le vaya mal, me da lo mismo, que se muera, lo que sea, va a ser una evidencia. Pero si hay otra persona que dice, oh, qué terrible situación, y reza, y sus rezos y sus intenciones también para que se mejore esa persona van a ser un nimit, una evidencia.
So the deeper you look, you will find so many evidences, you see. And this at the surface, when you come to the surface, you see a human being, you see a man moving, doing whatever he's doing, and you only see the surface. You do not see so many countless reasons, evidences, you see, that are behind, you see, that is motivating him.
Mientras más profundo vayas, más evidencias vas a ver bajo la superficie, vas a ir viendo más cosas, pero tú solamente ves lo físico, ves los resultados, pero no ves todas las motivaciones, cosas profundas que hay detrás de eso.
So Nimit, you know, so you know, like Cristian or Patricia or Shuddha, they will, at the end of the satsang, you will say, oh, such fantastic satsang, it is because you did it, you see. You know, because you were there, it happened. No, our body, our voice, our mind, all of these things become an evidence only. We should say this is an evidence. We were just nimits. We didn't do it. We were in evidence only, you see.
Nosotros al final del satsang vamos a decir fue un fantástico satsang porque lo hicimos, porque estuvimos o porque lo hizo Shuddha, y finalmente eso no es así, tú simplemente fuiste un nimit, simplemente estuviste ahí en las evidencias y solo es así.
If all of you were not listening with so much love, you see, what is, we can keep on talking, what's the meaning of it, you know?
Si todos ustedes no hubiesen estado escuchando con tanto amor, podríamos estar hablando, pero no habría un sentido profundo en esto.
Yeah, so this, and so you understand, nimit is a very beautiful word, and I'm glad you asked this question, what is a nimit, N-I-M-I-T, you see?
Así que simplemente nimit es una palabra muy hermosa. Yo estoy muy feliz de que hayas preguntado qué es lo que es un nimit.
Yeah, and nimit will keep you in the science of scientific circumstantial evidence. It will remind you that it is only the interaction of nimits only, nimits, you see.
Y el nimit te va a mantener en las evidencias circunstanciales científicas vas a saber que solo son la interacción de un nimit.
Nimit. The Gnani is completely surrendered to the Nimit. You see, the Gnani is just continuously marvels at the Nimit and the Nimitic, what we call the Nimit-related interactions only. You see?
Y el Gnani simplemente está consciente de los nimit y cómo se van interactuando el uno con otro, y el nimit tik, que es la interacción entre los nimits.
You know, sometimes we say, you know, this relative person called Andres, you know, he entered a room and he said something, you know, and the other person became upset. Now, the other person became upset, but you, as Andres, did not want the other person to become upset, but the other person still became upset. You see?
Y alguna vez nosotros decimos que la persona relativa a Andrés hizo que otra persona se enojara o se molestara, y aunque no quiso Andrés que la otra persona se molestara o se incomodara, no fue su intención.
So then you should be aware that Andres became the nimit for his disturbance. You see, Andres was a nimit, and because Andres, even though his intention was not there to disturb the other person, because Andres became a nimit, you have to say, Andres, this must be an account from past life. Do pratikraman and clear it off. Yes.
Y Andrés simplemente en este caso se transformó en que no tuvo la intención en el nimit para que esto sucediera, y simplemente cuando lo ves y observas y entender que es el nimit, tienes que ver que esto es una cuenta de una vida anterior, porque no tuvo la intención, y simplemente hacer practikraman y limpiarlo.
So the interaction of the nimit is, you see, at this file 1 is a nimit only, in either positive things to happen or negative things to happen. You see, file 1 is just one evidence in this world. You see, good things may happen through file 1, or not so good things may happen. You see, and the awareness allows you not to suffer so much. Oh, I did it bad. No, this evidences, you see, evidences.
Can you repeat that, Shuddha, please?
Sometimes it just happens that it happens through Damien, or it happens through Andres, that somebody else gets hurt. It was so file 1 became the nimit. You see, it is not you didn't do the thing. File 1 became an evidence in the process.
Algunas veces ocurre que simplemente a través de Damiana, a través de Andrés, el archivo 1 se transforma en el nimit, y simplemente ocurre lo que tenía que ocurrir a través de ello, a través de esa evidencia.
And so that is why we have the now 9 columns. You see, the 9 columns is to kind of reverse from even the evidentiary or the nimitic role as a nimit in this world. You see, you do not want to be a nimit in anything negative. You see, you do not want to be part of anything that is negative. You see?
Por eso tenemos los 9 kalam, porque no queremos ser parte de nada negativo, no quiere ser un nimit de nada negativo en este mundo.
In fact, it is not you, it is the evidence. It is the evidence, it's the non-self that becomes the evidence. But you believe...
De hecho, no eres tú, es el no ser el que se transforma en la evidencia.
But you believe, I did it. You say, I did it. And this knowledge of scientific circumstantial evidences lifts you up in such beautiful non-interference. You begin to understand how this world operates. You see how this entire world operates. You see?
Y tú crees que lo hiciste tú, pero estas evidencias circunstanciales científicas te levantan de una manera tan hermosa y que tú puedes ver a través de ellas cómo el mundo opera.
Yes. So, nimitz is a beautiful word, and you know, and awareness of one's own, as long as we have this body called Damian or Evangelina, we have a certain responsibility with reference to what happens through the body, you see, through the
Límite
mind.
es una palabra muy hermosa, pero mientras estemos aquí, Damián o cualquier persona, y tengamos este cuerpo, vamos a tener una responsabilidad sobre aquello que ocurre a través de él.
Yeah, we cannot say Yo Samapura because the body still belongs to us. The mind, speech, and words, the body still is. People will say, you can't say you're Amapura, you'll say you're Christian, you did it. So as long as the world identifies you as Christian, it becomes your responsibility.
Y aunque seas, y tú digas tú que eres alma pura y que somos alma pura, aun cuando mientras el mundo te identifique como cristiano, va a seguir siendo tu responsabilidad.
Yeah. So this knowledge of the nimit and the knowledge of how Andres, what is the role of Andre in this world, then as long as it is positive, proceed. But when it enters into anything negative, then you become a little bit more alert. That's all. You become more alert.
Entonces este conocimiento del nimit y el rol de Andrés en la vida, en el mundo, en la vida mundana, mientras vaya siendo positivo, procede. Cuando va siendo negativo, tienes que estar alerta.
And at the negative level, that is where your awareness becomes more, so that you do not want to disturb anything, you see, anything. You do not want to give any energies at the negative level, you see.
Y en el nivel negativo es cuando nuestra conciencia se tiene que transformar o se empieza a transformar en más. Nosotros no queremos dar energía en niveles negativos.
But the awareness of the scientific circumstantial evidences will lift you even higher, lift you even higher in terms of who is doing it, how it is happening, you see.
Pero la conciencia de las evidencias circunstanciales científicas te va a levantar sobre quién lo está haciendo en realidad, qué es lo que en realidad está sucediendo.
The awareness is our treasure. The awareness is who we are, you see.
La conciencia es nuestro tesoro, es quienes somos.
This awareness is exactly who we are, is the light, our light in operation. Our light is Samapura light in operation. Yes, is now the light is shining. You see, this is called awareness. You see?
La conciencia es nuestro tesoro, es la luz operando, es la luz irradiando, iluminando.
So let us, all right, so shall we go and share? Oops, already. Okay, so it's good, 50. We've gone almost 1 hour 51. So let's take a break, 10 minutes.
Así que vamos a tomar un pequeño recreo ahora.
Yeah, and then we return, and then we go with Dada and reading the Vyavasthit part. Huh? Yeah,
Después de esto vamos a volver y vamos a ir a Dada y vamos a leer una parte.
Yeah. Arman, Jai Sachidanand, thank you. Huh? Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand.
Shuddha, may I ask a question?
Yes, Patricia.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay. Last satsang, Gabi make a question, and in the whole answer, you said that money is a file. And I want to know how we do practicrama with money.
No, yeah, money file means money itself is, money becomes the nimit, evidence for kashais, you see.
Okay.
Money, money becomes the evidence for kashais, either when you give it to your son or daughter, it is with rag, with attachment and with love. And when you give it to somebody who is not part of the family and he doesn't return it, then it turns into dvesh, you see. It turns into aversion, you see. And so what was given out of good feelings turns into opposite feelings, you see.
Okay.
That's why it is a file. It is it's a simple way to say it's a money file. It is it's a house file, or it is a so in other words, that's the object, but the kashais behind it is the file.
Okay. So the practicrama is for
the
doing for the kashais. Yes,
yeah, for
greed, pride.
The anger,
anger,
the deception, the opinions that arise because he's not returning the money. There's something wrong with him, etc., etc. So all of those
opinions, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So money is just money, money is, but the money is a cause for kashais, you see.
Yes, because I also remember at some moment in satsang also it said time and money are files. Time and money files.
Time? Did you say time?
Yes, or maybe I did not understand correctly.
No. The file is that, in simple terms, a file is that which takes you away from who you are. You see, that demands your attention. In other words, all of us are pure souls, and so our meditation has come into pure soul level. But that which takes away from this natural meditation of Evsamapura becomes a file, you see.
Thank you.
All right, so shall we? Are we waiting for Cristian to return so we can continue? Let me just share the screen because we are going to go into the
page 29 we did last time, or finished.
We did page 29, we finished?
With I don't know, remember if we finished in Javastit page 29.
Here is page 29. How can this be?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we've
done that.
We finished that. Yes, we finished that.
Yeah.
All right.
I continue, or Patricia
continue.
will continue?
You continue, okay. Cristian.
Okay.
Yeah, you continue, we finish, and Patricia was just asking a question.
Okay, thank you. It's okay. It's fine.
All right. Yeah, right. All right. So we were now.
I didn't heard that much about the question. Thought it was interesting. I don't know if Patricia can translate a little bit about that.
All right, so let us just, yeah, Patricia, go ahead.
Yes. Yo pregunté, porque la semana pasada había, also sorry.
Ella preguntó si Nimit.
Me lo recibís por. Yo pregunté, la semana pasada una pregunta que hizo Gabriela. En determinado momento Shuddha contesta que el dinero es un archivo, es un file. Entonces yo le pregunté sobre eso y cómo hacemos practikrama con el dinero. Y lo que Shuddha responde es que bueno, que es un file, pero que tiene que ver con los kashais, ¿no? Por ejemplo, si nosotros prestamos dinero, lo hacemos con amor y con buena voluntad, tiene que ver con el amor, con el apego, pero si lo hacemos y no nos devuelven el dinero, lo hacemos vamos a estar creando aversión o diferentes clases de kashais.
Yeah, so, you know, like in the classic example of the Suleiman, the man who comes on the door to collect the money, you know, he knocks the door. Before that, Dada is saying, recents, you know, you're sitting in your room and it's Sunday and when there is no file, the natural meditation should be Eo Swama Pura Hu Shuddhatma Hu Shuddhatma, right? Chris, you know,
Dada dice que cuando no hay un archivo, cuando no hay algo, está todo bien, por decirlo de alguna manera. Dada dice que la meditación debiera ser yo soy alma pura, Shuddhatma.
Yes, but you see, then there is a knock on the door, you see, and then so Dada is saying, who is at the door? People will say, we Shuddhatma, you know, no, but you know, no, it's Shuddhatma doesn't come, pure soul doesn't come to the door. It is, you know, there must be some reason. When you open, you see file number 50. File number 50 is the money collector for the grocery, you know, the food store where you have an account, you see. So that is a file, you know.
Entonces dice que, por ejemplo, si tú estás diciendo soy alma pura y te tocan la puerta, knock, 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 hay gente que decir que viene Shuddhatma, alma pura, pero en realidad no, lo que viene es el archivo, puede ser el señor del almacén o de la roticería que viene a cobrar la cuenta que tú tenías con él. Es un archivo.
Yeah, you cannot continue with your meditation of I'm pure soul if, you know, he is knocking on the door. You have to attend to the door, open the door, and you see now that person, and he is, you know, he is file number 50, you know, somebody that you know, but you not always, but he becomes a file, and then at the same time, as soon as you see him, you have to see his pure soul. So his Suleiman, you know, the big man, money collectors usually are big fellows, you know, big man, and then you see his pure soul too, you see, at the same time.
Dice que cuando te tocan, entonces tú no puedes seguir diciendo soy alma pura y haciendo la meditación de soy alma pura, tienes que ir y abrir la puerta. Y esta persona que le estás abriendo la puerta, este recaudador, por decirlo de alguna manera, tú le abres la puerta y inmediatamente la idea es que tú veas su alma pura. Pero tienes que ir y puede ser el archivo número 15, que generalmente dice los recaudadores son gente más o menos grandota.
And when you ask him why is here, then he will say he is come here because, you know, the person in the home, the person who manages your money has not paid him, you see, and he has been paid $250 less or whatever, you see, 250 rupees or 250, you know, riyals or whatever your currency is, less. And so now, you know, the file has arisen with reference to money. It's a money file of 250, you see.
Y entonces ves que viene la persona y te dice que la persona que está en la casa o que lleva las cuentas de la casa no ha pagado, no ha enterado aquí el dinero que se le debe 250 de la moneda que sea, y que se le debe eso. Y entonces lo que sucede ahí es que emerge el archivo del dinero. Es el archivo del dinero el que emerge de esos 250 que no se han enterado de la cuenta, que están ahí.
Yeah. The common mistake is, oh, I hate him. Why is he here? He is just doing his job. The problem is of the money, you see. It's the money that has not been settled. The real file is the money, not the man.
Y entonces sucede que mucha gente dice la culpa es de él y se enfoca en eso, y eso es el error común. Pero entonces lo que sucede es que el problema en realidad no es de él está haciendo solo su trabajo, el problema es del dinero, el dinero es el archivo.
But instead, the human beings fight, they create a file with the man, you see. He is like this, I hate him, I don't want to see him, you see.
Pero los seres humanos creamos un archivo entre las personas, los seres humanos entre ellos, entonces no ven eso y pelean entre ellos.
You see, so the inability to focus on where the problem is the first problem. You don't know where the problem is, you see.
Y la inhabilidad en enfocarse en dónde está el problema es el primer problema.
Yeah.
De poder ver dónde está el problema.
So as soon as you know the file is of the money, you see, now you say, okay, Suleiman, you don't disturb him. He has gone to 10 different homes collecting money. He is tired. Say, will you come on, please sit down. Would you have a cup of coffee or tea? Please sit down. You see, so he calms down. You see.
Entonces, como tú ves que el archivo es del dinero, le dice a esta persona que se llama Suleiman, siéntate, ven, tómate un café, lo sientas ahí, porque tú sabes que no es el problema él.
Yeah, now then you start discussing, all right, inside, you're focusing only on the money part, you see, you want to settle this money. And if you know how to treat him well, he will even go away with $100 instead of the $250 that he was demanding, Yes, in other words, you tell him, you can have all. Sorry.
¿No te sirve? Porque está,
Liliana, estás con el teléfono.
Okay, right. Okay, I just muted her. Yeah, right. Okay, she's muted. I just muted her.
Okay. Ahora lo puedo.
Okay. All right. That's all right, Liliana. Good. All right, Liliana. And yeah, so it is an art you can be. The important thing is, it is not the money. It is the ego. You do not want to disturb the ego. The money issues can be settled with, okay, listen, all right, come on, I'm your customer. This is too much price, can you take 150? He says, no. Okay, how about 100? And he's happy and he takes 100 and goes away, you see?
Okay. Lo primero que tiene que ver que dentro de ti no te focalizas en Suleiman, que es este señor que te ha venido a cobrar, solo te focalizas en el dinero y lo haces pasar un buen momento, te sientas con él, todo, y finalmente puede ser que él se vaya con $100 en vez de los 250 que te está pidiendo. Lo importante acá es que no es tampoco el dinero lo importante, sino es el ego. Lo que no queremos dañar, ni entrar, ni involucrarnos es el ego de la otra persona. Entonces, si tú lo atiendes bien, te sientas y no te involucras en el ego con la otra persona, probablemente puedes incluso llegar a la conversación de decir, mira, en realidad, Suleiman, me estás cobrando un poco caro, encuentro que los precios están un poco altos, y finalmente llegar a un acuerdo con esa persona para que se vaya con $100 probablemente. Por ejemplo.
And Dada gives a beautiful example. Suleiman goes next door, and next door is he's a very important person. He is part of the political hierarchy in the village or in the town. He's a big shot, and he's sitting with his friends, and he treats Suleiman like he's nobody. Already the ego is hurt, ego is disturbed, you see, and he treats him like, how dare you raise your price here,
Entonces, por
here.
ejemplo, y dada cuenta una historia que Suleimán llega y viene de 10 casas, lo sentaste tú y va a la casa del lado, ¿no es cierto? Y en la casa del lado hay una persona que es un político muy importante del lugar y cuando llega Suleimán a cobrarle, le dice, ¿cómo te atreves? ¿Cómo te atreves a venir a cobrar? ¿Cómo te atreves a levantar eso ahora?
So already the ego of the man is attacked. The money is on one side. The file was about the money. The man had simply come to collect the money for his owner. He's not his shop even. He is just coming as a messenger. But
y entonces, cuando ocurre eso, tú dañas el ego de la otra persona. Y cuando el archivo era solamente el dinero, cuando ni siquiera la persona era el dueño de la tienda por la cual que viene a cobrar, ni siquiera era su dinero, pero ahí se daña su ego.
Yeah, and he said, so he first curses him, says all sorts of negative things, gives negative opinions about him, and then he says, sir, I have to take the money because already the ego is disturbed, so he will not agree. So he says, so the man throws the money in front of him, the full $250 or whatever, and Suleiman quietly picks it up, the money, and then the man says, Suleiman, I'll see you. And so the Suleiman, as he's leaving, he says, I'll see you too. Both of them have created vengeance inside. The ego has now gone like this, you see.
Y entonces el ego de Suleimán ha sido dañado y cuando entra él y le dice, le tira, por ejemplo, los $250 encima, el ego de Suleimán, además, lo primero es que tiene un montón de opiniones y maldiciones hacia él, y en ese minuto se ha dañado el ego, y le dice el otro hombre, el señor político, le dice, Suleimán, ya te voy a ver, y el otro le dice, piensa para sí mismo, no importa, yo ya te voy a ver a ti, y entonces ya, además del dinero, que era el primer archivo, se ha generado otro archivo que los ha entrampado a ellos dos, de egos dañados.
Yes, so you see, it went the wrong way. The entire human interaction went the wrong way. The problem was of simple money transaction. It became an ego transaction. It became a matter of revenge and ongoing account for life after life, another life, you see, he will, so it just goes on like this. This is the problem with, this is why the understanding Agna 4 is so important, settling of...
Y lo que era una transacción de dinero se transformó en una transacción de ego que se va a repetir vida tras vida después de eso, y por eso es tan importante entender el Agna 4.
It is important to understand the account. Is it the account of money? Is it the account of... What is the account? What is this account all about? You see? What is
Por eso es tan importante entender la cuenta. Es una cuenta de dinero, es una cuenta de qué. Es muy importante entender de qué es la cuenta.
Yeah. Andres is asking. Andres, yeah. Yes, Andres, what did you say?
Andrés.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, right. Andres has asked a question: is the abundance or what did you say, Andres?
If it's the absence, abundance of, or the absence or the abundance of money in your life, it's a file too?
No, the file. It is a thing. The physical, non-living things are not files. Files is the excitation of the kashai inside you, that which... Yes.
Shuddha dice que las cosas no físicas no son un archivo, es la excitación, interacción que ocurre dentro de ti, por eso lo que es el archivo, que las cosas no vivas no son archivo. Y Andrés había preguntado si la ausencia o la presencia de abundancia o dinero en la vida también es un archivo.
Yes, you're right. The excess or the absence is more likely to create kashais, you see. If there is too much money, then you worry about hiding it, protecting it, people, keeping it away from people who will come to you, etc. And if there is too little, then there is not enough to go around, and there is always that stress, you see. So yes, they are more likely to cause files when there is too much or too little, you see.
Dice que la ausencia o exceso de dinero tiene la tendencia a crear cachais, ya sea que porque tienes demasiado y no quieres que nadie te lo toque, lo quieres que no te lo roben, que esto, lo otro, o porque la ausencia provoca que te falta lo suficiente para darte vuelta o para ir a un lugar o lo que necesitas. Entonces es el exceso o ausencia que tiene la tendencia a crear cachais.
Yes, but that is for non-Mahatmas. Now for Mahatmas it becomes, well, the file is only that which comes in front of you. It is, Mahatmas have come into the bliss of the self, so they are not as bothered by if they have very little or if they have too much. Whatever is. They are in the mode of contentment. You see, that's how it is, you see.
Esto es principalmente para los no Mahatmas. Para los Mahatmas van a estar en felicidad o en dicha, sea que tengan poco, sea que tengan mucho, y van a estar contenidos desde ahí. Por lo tanto, eso es así.
Mahatmas do not have kashais. Kashais, anger, pride, deceit, and greed are not part of Mahatmas, Andres. They are in file 1, and when they arise, a Mahatma has his equanimity, his balance. So,
Los Mahatmas no tienen kachai, ira, orgullo, codicia y engaño. Simplemente van a emerger ciertas cosas, pero no tienen eso.
You see, Mahatmas knows that this is from past life, this is arising, and it is not the money, it is the attachment to the money is now gone. You see, the sense that it is my money, that is gone. This is how it is. If it is there for you, you enjoy it. If it is not there and it's enough, it will come. There is only the attention to that which is in front of you.
Los Mahatmas saben que esto viene de una vida pasada y no tienen el apego. Cuando simplemente no hay dinero, simplemente estás ahí. Cuando hay, va a estar ahí. Esto simplemente va ocurriendo, va sucediendo, va pasando.
Yes, Andres will do whatever it is to make money and to bring money, etc. But you see, this is a different view. There is a very different view. There is a view of contentment. There is a view of bliss associated.
Andrés va a hacer lo que sienta que sea necesario para atraer dinero y lo va a hacer, pero aquí lo que cambia es que hay una visión diferente, es una visión diferente, una visión de contención diferente. Esa es la distancia o la diferencia.
Yeah, you see, the greed is gone, the anxiety is gone. You see, all of those things. You're aware of all of those things now. They say
La codicia y la ansiedad se han ido. Todos estamos conscientes de esto ahora.
You understand, Andres?
¿Entiendes, Andrés?
Yes. Thank you, Shuddha.
Yeah, right. You see, it just becomes a file. When the hunger arises, you finish the hunger. It just, everything is treated as a file. Everything is treated as a file. Eo so ama pura. This is a file,
Es solo un archivo. Cuando emerge lo tratamos como un archivo. Yo soy alma pura y simplemente es un archivo, nada más.
And there is a law about money which is very beautiful, which our Dada has said, that let me share this in the chat because this is important to understand.
Y hay una ley del dinero que comparte Dada y que él la va a compartir en el chat porque es importante, dice.
And money or wealth is called Lakshmi.
El dinero en abundancia se llama Lakshmi.
And Lakshmi is called wealth, you see, you know, and wealth.
Y
Wealth,
Lakshmi es abundancia.
wealth, yeah, wealth. And Lakshmi, and you and Narayan is God, Ama, all right, God.
Y Narayan es Dios.
Now, you know, you will see, especially if you go to India or if you look at it, you see the Lord, and Lakshmi is considered the wife, is, and in the pictures, in the paintings, is the Lord sitting, you know, lying down, relaxed, and the Lakshmi is depicted as a lady in service of the Lord, you see.
Y si van a India van a ver al Señor y van a ver a Lakshmi, que es una señora que está a su lado, tendida, que está a servicio de Dios ahí.
Lakshmi Narayan, you see, this is how it
Lakshmi
is.
Narayan.
Yeah, this is a combination, you see. Lakshmi is the female part and Lord is the male part, you know, like, you know, in that sense, it's the total mythological picture of it, you see.
Que es una combinación de, porque Lakshmi es la parte femenina y el Señor que está ahí es la parte masculina.
And Dada says this whole world has got it all wrong. They're running after the wife of the Lord. You see, everybody is running after money only. They've forgotten God. You see.
Y Dada dice que el mundo lo ha tomado y lo tiene erróneo porque todos están corriendo detrás de la mujer de Dios, que es el dinero, y se han olvidado de Dios.
But you see, but if you go after God, if you go after Narayan, automatically Lakshmi will come with automatically, because wherever Lord exists, the wife of the Lord is there, money is there, you see.
Pero si tú te enfocas en Dios, te enfocas en el Señor, lo otro automáticamente va a venir, porque inmediatamente aquello que es ella va a venir donde está él.
And there is a law, when you least think about money, money comes to you. When you run after money, money runs away from you.
Y hay una ley que mientras menos piensas en dinero, el dinero viene detrás de ti. Mientras más corres detrás del dinero, el dinero se escapa.
Yeah, this is a very beautiful law. There is a tiny little book on money. I think, I'm sure it is there. And later on, if we have time, I will show you the pictures, you know. And on the internet, there is lots of pictures of Lakshmi Narayan. Let me see if I can find it for you here, okay?
Y esta es una ley muy hermosa y hay un libro muy pequeño respecto de eso, respecto del dinero, que probablemente nosotros tenemos acceso a él, y él nos va a mostrar en un rato, si puede, la foto de todo esto.
Images of Lakshmi, images of Lakshmi Narayan. All right, yes, yeah, I'll show you there. There it is. I have one. I have found it one. You know, you will see this. And
¿Le puedes preguntar a Shuddha cuando puedo hacer una pregunta para no interrumpirlo?
Okay.
Let me just show you the images, you know. All right, just let me share the screen and you will see it, okay? And you'll see so many of them. You see there, do you see all of this? This is the Lord.
Todo esto, este es el Señor.
And then there is Lakshmi. This is the goddess
y ahí está
of
Lakshmi,
wealth.
la diosa de la riqueza.
Yeah, there is the Lord, you know, the alma
Ahí está el
pura,
Señor, el alma pura, el absoluto alma pura.
and there is the goddess of wealth at his.
Y ahí está la diosa de la riqueza.
Yeah, countless such pictures. You see that? Yeah.
Hay incontables.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Fotos, ahí las pueden ver.
Everywhere. You know, this is very symbolic. You know.
Esto es muy simbólico.
Oh yeah, it is very, very symbolic. Lakshmi Narayan everywhere. And they worship, especially in South India, all the temples are filled with this. You see, there.
La adoran mucho, especialmente en el sur de la India. Todos los templos están llenos con esto.
Yeah, it's big temples all over, everywhere, and
Los grandes templos están en todos los lugares.
And what it was meant was, you see, that people have forgotten the Lord, and they run after the wife of the Lord, and in doing that, they the Lord will not be happy. You see, but if you worship the Lord, if you see the Lord in the other human being, in your interactions with money, then money will always be there for you.
Sí, desde todos se han olvidado de Dios y corren tras la mujer, lo que habíamos dicho. Pero si tú ves a la otra persona como diosa, o al Dios dentro de ella en tus interacciones con el dinero, Dios va a estar ahí. Y el dinero también.
Yeah, so the natural way is, you see, and this is given in Agna 4 to treat.
Y en la forma natural esto se ha entregado en el Agna 4.
Money is secondary. The Lord in the human being is more important.
El dinero es secundario y el Señor dentro del ser humano es lo más importante.
Yeah, to see the Amapura in Suleiman is as important as the problem with the money. The money is secondary, you see.
Ver el alma pura en Suleiman es lo más importante, más que el problema con el dinero. El dinero es secundario.
Yeah. So this is so beautifully given to us in Agna 4, all right?
Y esto ha sido tan hermosamente entregado a nosotros en el Agna número 4.
Yeah. So all right. Okay.
Sandra has a question.
Yes, Sandra. Yes,
okay.
Sandra.
Bueno, el tema es el siguiente. Sandra alquila el departamento donde vive.
Sandra rents the flat where she lives.
El departamento es muy antiguo y sus paredes externamente están tan mal que hay mucha humedad.
The apartment is very old and the walls from outside are very bad and there's a lot of humidity in it.
A principio de año, la dueña del departamento se había comprometido a arreglar todas las paredes y Sandra...
In the beginning of the year, the owner has compromised herself to deal with all these problems.
Y Sandra, que estaba pagando un alquiler bajo, iba a ir aumentando mes por mes hasta llegar a un monto más apropiado.
And Sandra, who was paying a very low rent, will going to increase to go to a different and more adequate amount of money.
So does the apartment belong to Sandra or
no, she rents it.
Person? She rents it. Okay, all right. Okay.
Sandra cumplió con su parte, pero la dueña no.
Sandra did what she was compromised to do, but the owner of the apartment does not.
Yo entiendo que es una cuenta de Sandra.
I understand that it's an account of Sandra.
Pero ahora, fin de año, Sandra tiene que renegociar.
But now, in the end of the year, Sandra has to renegotiate or make a new deal about this.
Y pensaba decirle a la dueña que no iba a haber ningún tipo de aumento hasta que ella no cumpla su parte.
And Sandra was thinking about telling the owner of the apartment that there would be no deal and no more amount of money unless she does what she was compromised to do.
Well,
pero Sandra no quiere generar ninguna cuenta nueva.
But Sandra doesn't want to generate a new account of karma.
Okay, all right. So the new account of karma is, all right, the new account of karma is only generated if Sandra has any aversion in this process.
La nueva cuenta de karma solo se genera si Sandra tiene algún tipo de aversión en este proceso.
Sandra is, yeah, so there is, so now it's already, so you're separated, you know, Sandra, or, you know, you're already separated from this. It is
Porque
Sandra.
tú estás separada de esto ya, Sandra está separada de esto ya.
Yeah, but Sandra, whatever is in the account of Sandra, the will happen, but more importantly, whatever needs to be done, Sandra will do. So, you know, so to protect the interests of Sandra, and if there is no internal aversion for the man, then you're free. There is, the problem is with the aversion. The problem is with this carrying on the link. If there is not, then even if Sandra shouts and even if Sandra plays the drama and says, no, I'm not going to, you know, it's fine. You know, the important thing is, if you have aversion inside, it will show in your interactions with the other person, in his ego will be hurt. Yes.
Lo importante acá es que va a ocurrir lo que tenga que ocurrir en la cuenta de Sandra, aunque simplemente eso va a ser así. Lo importante acá y la parte crítica es la aversión. Si no hay aversión, no importa si tú juegas el rol o haces el drama y gritas y peleas y todo, pero no hay aversión dentro de ti, no se carga karma. Simplemente es la parte que tiene que ver con dañar el ego de la otra persona, con que tú interiormente estés en aversión sobre la otra persona y que la otra persona va a sentir eso y ahí se va a crear una cuenta.
And you know, it is perfectly all right to stand for your rights in the relative, you know.
Está perfecto defender tus derechos en el mundo relativo.
And even if necessary, if you are right and if you need to do whatever it needs for you to procure your rights, there is nothing wrong. You're not extending the file. The file is extended through kashais, through your internal aversion.
Y aunque tengas que hacer todo lo necesario en el mundo de la manera mundana para defender tus derechos, ahí no ocurre, no se genera el archivo se genera a través de los kachais dentro de ti.
Yeah. So, you know, you can see his Amapura, keep his Amapura separate, and his Sandra dealing with the relative, you know, relative, you know.
Tú puedes ver el alma pura y mantenerte en ver el alma pura y dejas que Sandra se preocupe del relativo y tenga que hacer lo que tenga que hacer en el relativo.
You can even, when you have to talk to him, you can even talk to him initially in the 15 minutes, you can say, oh, Amapura of that man, please stay aside, please, you are separate. Sandra is going to get upset with this, you know, says all kind of things to this man, but oh, Amapura, you're separate, you know, so
incluso tú puedes decir en los primeros 15 minutos de este señor, por favor, vamos a dejar el alma pura separada aquí, y Sandra le va a decir a este señor todo lo que le tenga que decir y largarte y decir, bueno, alma pura está separada, el señor está separado.
Yeah,
y hacer lo que tengas que hacer y hacer todo el drama que sea necesario.
Yeah, and it's a drama. And then afterwards, after it's over again, you say, Amapura, you're separate. This is just, I do not want to enter into any kashais. Please forgive me. That's it.
Y entonces después puedes decir, alma pura, esto está separado, yo no quiero entrar en kashais y simplemente estamos separados.
And if necessary, you can go out with a baseball bat. No, don't repeat that.
Y si es necesario, puedo ir con un bate de béisbol. Me pidió que no lo repetiera, pero lo encontré simpático.
Thank you, Shuddha.
All right, Vishuddhatma Bhagavan. Yeah, Jai Sachidanand. Yeah, Vishuddhatma Bhagavan. All right, we got. So this is how life is. You see, it's a drama only. You play the drama.
De esta manera es la vida, es un drama simplemente y uno toma el rol en el drama, en la obra.
Yeah, inside we have all become free. We have become
dentro de nosotros todos nos hemos transformado en libres.
We have all become non-violent, you know. We all entered into the world of the bliss of the Amapuras, you know.
Nos hemos transformado ya en no violento, todos estamos en la dicha del alma pura.
we all accept scientific circumstantial evidences. Whatever happens is correct. You see.
Todos aceptamos las evidencias científicos circunstanciales y cualquier cosa que ocurra es lo correcto.
But that doesn't mean that you tolerate a poor wall, or somebody is not doing his part of the work. That that's part of the relative.
Y eso no significa que toleres una muralla que está mal o dañada o que tengas que hacer cosas. Todas esas son cosas simplemente que tienen que ver con el relativo.
Yeah, the relative is handled by the relative. You see.
El relativo lo maneja el relativo.
Yeah. You see, Dada gives the example that if, in India we have these black buffaloes, the black buffaloes called...
sí. Dada el ejemplo, en la India existen estos búfalos negros, búfalos de agua se llaman.
Yeah, right. The West comes, if the buffalo enters your home, you don't say, "Oh, Shuddhatma Bhagavan, please leave, please leave." You have to pick up a stick and say, "Okay, out you go." Yeah.
Y si el búfalo entra a tu casa, tú no dices, "Oh, Shuddhatma Bhagavan", tú agarras algo y le dices, "Fuera aquí, búfalo", o le pegas o hace algo para que se vaya.
So, you see, you have to speak in the same language,
Así que tienes que hablar en el mismo idioma que se entienda.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Is there anybody else wants to say something before we go to?
¿Alguien quiere preguntar algo, decir algo antes de que vayamos a la lectura?
Okay. So let me just share the screen. Yes, somebody said somebody. Who's somebody saying something?
Carlos, I believe, no? Yeah.
Carlos. Yes. Yeah. Yes, Carlos.
Sí, Carlos, vale.
Bueno, mi pregunta es, Carlos, si es como siente Carlos lo siguiente, más se conecta con el alma pura y más en soledad, siente una profunda soledad Carlos en sí. Sí, feliz que está conectado con el alma pura, pero siente una profunda soledad Carlos. ¿sí?
Okay, the question from Carlos Vishuddha is that he says that with more that Carlos connect with the pure soul, he feels more in solitude. He feels more alone or loneliness.
Okay. Is that good, or you like that?
¿Te gusta eso o no?
Sí, me gusta.
Yes,
pero a
he
la
likes
vez,
it.
Es la rareza de Carlos de sentirse absolutamente solo.
But it's also the strangeness or the weirdness of Carlos of feel himself alone.
We have all, as in the space of the self, we are all alone,
En el espacio del ser estamos todos solos.
Yeah, and that is who we really are. And then our external, our relative is our condition. That is how it is. That is how we have brought.
Y eso es nuestra realidad, pero en el relativo es aquello que somos, aquello que hemos traído, porque esa es nuestra realidad, pero en el relativo es aquello que hemos traído.
Our relative is an exact account. We cannot move away from it.
Nuestro relativo es una cuenta exacta de la cual nosotros no nos podemos mover.
We cannot run away from it. We cannot reject it. No, we can only be there. We can only see it as it is, and that is our true solitude. That is our true solitude,
No nos podemos escapar de esa cuenta, no la podemos rechazar, simplemente la podemos observar, y esa es nuestra verdadera soledad.
Yeah, in other words, whatever it is, that is how it is, and it is only a file if it disturbs you. If it doesn't disturb you, it's fine. You can be in front of a crowd of Sao Paulo or Buenos Aires, or you could be in a village. It really doesn't matter.
Dice que, bueno, y que lo que es, aquello que es lo que es, y que simplemente si es algo que te molesta o te incomoda es una cuenta, y si no, la verdad que no importa, ya sea que estés en Sao Paulo o estés en una pequeña aldea, es lo mismo.
Yeah, yes, it's not the external world that is the problem. It is how we look at it. You know, before the Gnanvidi, it was, you were always getting disturbed by whatever was there.
Y
And
no es el
now,
mundo externo lo que nos molesta, es simplemente como lo vemos antes del Gnanvidi, estabas ahí en cosas que te incomodaban o te molestaban.
yeah, and now it is, now you're coming into the special place which is separate from not what is outside Carlos, but Carlos, it's himself, the entire Carlos. You're moving away from Carlos, you see.
Y ahora estás en esta dicha especial que no está fuera del mundo en que está, pero tú te has movido fuera de Carlos, estás separado hoy de Carlos.
You see, it is not I, Carlos, like to be alone. It is I like to be where I am beyond this world of Carlos. You see?
No es que Carlos se sienta solo, sino que es el yo que está más allá de este mundo de Carlos.
I now see the world of Carlos. Sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's not so busy, you see.
Ahora yo veo el mundo de Carlos y algunas veces está muy ocupado y otras veces no está muy ocupado.
You see, this is how it is, you know.
Esta es la manera que es.
And blissfully, nature has blessed everyone with sleep. In sleep, one comes home, you see. The whole world is...
Y dichosamente la naturaleza nos ha otorgado a todos el dormir, y una vez que dormimos, volvemos a donde
But you see, the world goes to sleep saying, "Eu sou Carlos, eu sou Luz," whereas you and I go to sleep, "Eu sou Amapura, sou Amapura." That's the difference, you see.
Y el mundo se va a dormir creyendo yo soy Carlos, yo soy Cristiano, quien sea, y nosotros nos vamos durmiendo diciendo yo soy alma pura, soy alma pura, soy alma pura, y ahí está la diferencia.
That is the difference, you see. So it is, you see, so it, in fact, you have been brought to the natural space where there is only you, there is no one else.
Y así tú has sido llevado al espacio natural en que no hay nada más o no hay nadie más, solo estás tú.
That is where the entire world and all the noise of the world leaves, you see. That is the space of the Amapura. And through the 5 agnas it increases, you see. It increases through that, you know.
Y ahí es donde el mundo y el ruido del mundo ya no está, y a través de los 5 agnas esto se incrementa.
Yeah, tell me more about what you're saying, Carlos. I want to hear. Yeah.
Cuéntame más de lo que estás diciendo, Carlos. Quiero entender un poco más.
What is that you're trying to say?
¿Qué es lo que están tratando de contarnos?
Pasa lo siguiente, no es una sensación grande de soledad, ¿sí? ¿Qué lo alivia a Carlos? El estar en la ciencia, y una de las cosas más específicas que le pasa a Carlos muy especial, cuando canta el Trimantra, es como que se despega absolutamente, y cuando deja de cantar, Carlos queda sacudido como un aislado. Después se va acomodando. Porque Carlos...
Ok, déjame... It's it's the solitude that Carlos has, but when Carlos is in the science, when he sings the Tri Mantra, when he prayers or whatever, he feels like lifted, and then when he come back, it's like Carlos trembles and feels alone, and it adequates himself to that, but it's a little bit rough.
Yeah, well, let it happen naturally.
Deja que vaya ocurriendo naturalmente.
Yeah. This space that you're trying to enter is not something that you can enter anymore. You are already there. You see?
Este espacio en el que tú estás tratando de entrar no es algo en que tengas que tratar de entrar más, tú ya estás ahí.
You don't have to do anything to enter that space, the
No tienes que
blissful
hacer
space.
nada para entrar en ese espacio, el espacio dichoso.
You know, you don't have to do anything to enter your home. You are already home. You see, this
No
you
tienes
don't.
que hacer nada para entrar a tu casa, tú ya estás en tu casa, tú eres alma pura.
Yeah, it is. You have to do everything to get out of the home.
Tú tienes que hacer de todo para salir de la casa.
Yes. You see, so just being this, you see, this beautiful, blissful space of the self is there when the files are not there. You see, the files have to be understood. The file is not Sandra, or file is not the work or or what appears in front of you.
Sí. Estás en el estado del ser, los archivos están ahí, son lo que vienen a frente de ti. Cuando tú no estás con archivos, estás en el estado del ser, ya estás ahí, el archivo no es Sandra, el archivo no es lo que te está ocurriendo, que viene frente a ti, el archivo es lo que va a explicar ahora.
The file is this sense that I will have to do, now I have to do this. You see, I have to be there. And the doer is separate. The doer is in another world, you see. So,
el archivo es esta sensación, este sentido de que yo tengo que hacer algo, que yo tengo que entrar ahí, que yo tengo que ir ahí.
Yeah.
Y eso no es.
The doer is scientific circumstantial evidences.
El hacedor son las evidencias circunstanciales científicas.
Yeah, scientific circumstantial evidence gives energy to Carlos to move and to do and to think and to feel, all of those things, you see. And
porque son las evidencias científicos circunstanciales las que le dan energía a Carlos para vivir, comer, sentir y todo eso.
Yeah, what you're describing is that you're already in that beautiful space. What you're describing is the slight anxiety that comes because you are out of that space, you see.
Lo que tú estás describiendo es que ya estás dentro de ese estado, y lo que estás describiendo es ese pequeño nivel de ansiedad cuando tú te das cuenta que te estás separando de todo.
And just be aware of that, you know, just know that, you know, you're the knower, you're the knower that this is what Carlos is feeling.
Solo sé consciente de eso, tú eres quien conoce, y solo sé consciente de lo que Carlos está sintiendo.
Yeah, don't try too hard. This is very simple, is through this to relative. This is relative. So the blissful one, I am the blissful one. This is relative.
No trates con tanto esfuerzo, simplemente está separado. Eso es el relativo, yo soy aquel dichoso, yo soy el dichoso.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just easy does it, you see.
Hazlo fácil.
Easy. It comes. It's coming beautifully. We can see it, you know. It's there. Yeah.
Viene, está llegando fácil, lo está llegando hermoso, simplemente lo puedes sentir.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. There is Sandra to do everything, so you just be the king.
Tú no tienes que hacerlo, no tienes que hacer que Sandra haga esto, tú puedes ser tranquilamente el rey.
Yeah, there is a lot that is accomplished through the letting go.
Es mucho que lo que se consigue a través del entregar o del dejar ir.
It's much more, it requires energy to make a fist, but there is no energy required to just open the hand, just let it be.
Se necesita energía para hacer un puño, pero no se necesita energía simplemente para dejar ir.
We will talk more about it, you know.
Vamos a hablar más de esto.
It will happen. If you explore this more, it will come. You see,
si seguimos en esto, va a venir solo.
Already you are in the blissful space. You see, that can never happen. This you know, you look at your buddies and your friends outside where you live and you see the difference, you see.
Tú ya estás en este espacio y va a venir de a poco. Tú puedes venir a tus amigos y a tu gente alrededor de ti y ver la diferencia, ¿no?
Yeah, you know, the Lord has entered your home, you see. Already all the stresses between file 1 and file 2 are gone. You see, so much peace is there in the home, you see, you know.
El Señor ha entrado a tu casa y tú puedes ver que las cosas entre el archivo 1 y el archivo 2 han cambiado y hay tanta paz ahí.
You know, it's so much. If you look at, if you just see the beauty of where you are, then you cannot see that unless you look outside and see the state of the human beings who do not have it. Yes.
Si tú pudieras ver la belleza donde tú estás y no lo puedes ver simplemente si no ves a los otros seres humanos y ves dónde están ellos.
Yeah, you know, other human beings, they you know, they have to slap their cheeks to make their cheeks appear nice and colorful, rosy, you see. In other words, they keep up external appearances, you see, to say, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm okay. Every man says, I'm okay, you know, I'm fine.
La otra gente se tiene que golpear las mejillas para que se vean rosaditas y lindas y simplemente para ver y mostrarse una forma externa de que están bien y repetir, yo estoy bien, yo estoy bien, yo estoy bien.
No,
están en las apariencias.
Yeah, no man will say, I'm not okay.
Ningún hombre va a decir, yo no estoy bien.
Yeah, you know, so no human being, whereas we all will say, no. It's not a question of being okay. We have entered the ocean of bliss. We have entered the ocean of bliss.
Aquí no se trata de estar bien, nosotros hemos entrado en el océano de la dicha, ahí es donde hemos entrado en el océano de la dicha.
Yeah, we don't have to, you know, we don't have to, you know, we don't have to say anything really to anyone.
Nosotros no tenemos que decir nada a nadie en realidad.
Well, right, Cristian, right? This is so beautiful and natural within all of us.
Shuddha, something happens with your
Right,
mic.
I'm sorry. Yeah, right. I was touching it. I said, isn't this true? This is the case for all of us. You see?
No es esto verdad, este es el caso para todos nosotros.
You know, it shows in the face of everyone that I see here. You know.
Se ve en la cara de todos los que yo veo acá.
Yeah, you know, we may not be able to express it and say it, but it's there.
Puede ser que no seamos capaces de expresarlo y decirlo, pero está ahí.
Yeah. Right, Mamen, right?
¿Cierto, Mamen?
Yeah. And Andres says, you know, we are just floating, you see.
Está flotando en el ambiente.
You know, when
Perdón, que se corta todo.
Yes. Who's that?
Carlos.
Yes,
Carlos.
Yes, Carlos. What did you say?
Que no se le escuchaba, pero el resto sí, Carlos, quizás sea la señal de ustedes.
That it was a problem with the internet, but it probably was his because everybody else listens. Very good.
Yeah, you can catch it up later on. You know, when you review it, you will be able to listen. Yes.
Lo puedes ver después cuando lo revisen, dice, para poder ver lo que se dijo.
Yeah, it is a, you know, when you really look at it, when you let go of yourself in the water, as you look at the days when you learn how to float, you know, when you just let go.
Volví.
When
Eso sucede cuando te dejas ir en el agua y flotas y te dejas flotar.
Yeah, you see, the whole, the water just lifts you up, you know, and just keeps you, you know, holds you.
El agua simplemente te levanta y te sostiene y te va sosteniendo.
And that is how it is with how beautiful,
Me encanta.
and that is how beautiful this Vyavasthit is of our Dada, that Dada has given us, you see.
Y así es de hermoso como esto Yavastit es este Yavastit que nos ha entregado Dada.
Yeah, the more we understand this Vyavasthit, the more it will, carry us in its beautiful lap, you see.
Mientras más entendamos Yavastit, más nos va a ir sosteniendo en su hermoso seno. En su hermoso...
There is zero, all the struggles, all the fights, all these energies of the doing and is gone, you see, it's just...
Todas estas luchas, estas peleas de tener que hacer se van.
Yeah, and Shuddhatma Bhagwan. It's time for us to, time for me to hand it over to our dear friends. Let's,
Shuddhatma Bhagwan dice que es la hora de irse.
Yes, we will carry this on. We didn't get to read Dada's Vyavasthit, but we were talking about Vyavasthit all along. Huh?
No pudimos leer el Yavastit de Dada, pero hablamos del Yavastit, que es lo importante.
So yeah, Lilana, good to see you, Nastas. Lilana, wonderful.
Gusto de verte, Liliana.
Yes, Jai Sachidanand, Shuddhatma Bhagwan, and again,
Jai Sachidanand.
Rosdi, and Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, Shuddha. Thank you.
And so Luz is the co-host, so I can leave, no? I can leave.
Sí.
Luz, you're the co-host, right? Good. So I will not hear, please. Okay. Thank you so much, Cristian and Bobby.
Thanks to you, Shuddhatma
Thanks to you,
Bhagwan.
Shuddha. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Thank
Jai Sachidanand,
Jai
Sudha.
Sachidanand.
And have a wonderful
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Monica, have a wonderful day today, my dear. Huh? Jai Sachidanand.
Thank
Jai
you,
Sachidanand.
Shuddha. Thank you.